everyone, welcome to the channel. It's the Spiritual Warrior UK here. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me, and please give us a like, comment and share, thumbs up, and anybody else you think might find this video useful. I would really appreciate it, and I appreciate you for joining me today. If you have other social media, you can find us at Instagram and Facebook at the Spiritual Warrior UK. If you would like a personal reading, they've just been restocked, and all my offerings are at the website thespiritualwarrior.uk. So today we're going to have a look at the shared space and see what's happening to the divine masculine, divine feminine, and the relationship. Remember that this is a collective reading. If it doesn't resonate for you, then it's not for you. Don't make it fit. These readings are supposed to be timeless. Please trust when you are drawn to it, that is when you are supposed to see it. So we're going to have a look at the shared space, please. What it feels like here is that when they come into the shared space, that there is no resistance, that they are allowed to be themselves, that there is no restraints, there is no trying to please the other person. What they're really drawing me to is the headlock. You see how she's got this lion, she's restraining him. And when they come together in the shared space, in the energy of the shared space, that's not necessary. They can be themselves. There is a feeling of being able to be themselves, not having to be somebody else, not trying to restrain the other person, not trying to put boundaries within the other person, boundaries for the self of what works for you and what's right for you, but not boundaries for the other person. There is no restraint necessary when these two counterparts come together. There is just a place of being. And also it feels it's taking strength when they are separate, when they are in their individual places at the moment, and when they come together in the shared space, that's not necessary. It's not necessary to put up that front. That takes energy. It's not necessary to put on the mask and be somebody else. That's not necessary. It's not necessary to restrain the other person in any way. Because when they come together in the shared space, it just is. There is such a deep understanding of the other person and where they are. There is respect. There are boundaries of the other person. There's a knowing of how the other person feels, and that's why this is not necessary. It's a beautiful energy, actually. Can you tell me more about the shared space, please? Anything else about the shared space? Current shared space. And one more, please. Thank you. Interesting that 2 pages come up. There is like a fresh energy here, an energy of what's been in the past, how they were together. There is a revival of energy. It's like it's that, you know, the page of rods, which is the page of wands, can be a puppy love, and that's what it feels like. It feels like a new energy of wanting to come together, a new energy of actually what they feel currently in the 5D. There is no harsh words. There is no reckless thinking, because nothing needs to be held back. Nothing needs to be retained. There is a feeling of complete honesty, of starting afresh. I'm being really drawn, it's really interesting, to this one finger here. And it's like, it's pointing us in the direction of back to ourselves, of the understanding of the self. When there is an understanding of the self, there is an understanding of this union. And then the union can move forward. Then the union can start again. Possibly an apology. It feels more like an understanding of the self, with no harshness, with a new beginning, a sprouting of a new beginning, of the way that it's going to be in the 5D, bringing this down into the 3. It's an energy of spring. And I don't mean that in a when this is going to happen. I mean that it's that freshness of the new buds coming through, of that new energy coming through, of a higher vibration. That's what I'm being told. How a plant comes through the soil is that it takes that extra push, that extra energy, that extra vibration to come through and to grow in a different way, to start in a different way, to blossom in a different way, but with no harshness and with no retention, no restraint, no strength needed, because it just is. Okay, let's have a look at the masculine. There's the masculine energy in his current space, please. Wow. Give me another card. Wow. Wow. So the masculine, sorry, I didn't take my timer. So the masculine feels his counterpart. There feels like there's been a shift here. I love the Morgan Greer cards. They are my favourite, one of my favourite decks, because they are so simple in their design. This Lovers card, there is no one else in it. It's just the two of them looking at each other as they're engulfed in their own world with the sun rising. No need to think about anybody else, because they know exactly who they want to be with. They know who brings them happiness. And this is where the masculine energy is. Just in the eyes of the feminine. Just in the eyes of his lover. Balancing things out in the current world. With guidance, with inspiration. Allowing his wish, believing that his wishes can come true. There was a time when the masculine never believed this. Never believed that that happiness was for him. Through his past experiences, through his wounding, he never actually believed that this could be true continuously. That it would go bad, that he would be hurt again. And that's almost why the separation occurred. But the balancing is coming out. The balancing is here. It's not coming out, it's here. There are always going to be peaks and troughs. You're always going to have something. That's life. Always have something to balance, to talk about, to see how the other one's feeling. But in this card, again, if you can see, with a lot of cards, with the sun, I have 1 foot in the water and sort of 1 foot on ground, and they look out of balance, whereas this lady is in complete balance. Even the water is flowing in complete balance. One is going on the land, one is going on the water. One is masculine, one is feminine. But they are in balance. They are mirroring each other. They are feeling each other. And there is a knowing for the masculine where exactly he wants to be. Is there any more of where the masculine's current energy is, please? You know, the Queen of Swords can be cutting when she's in distorted energy. But this feels like completely balanced energy. This feels like it's just clear that there needs to be a directness about how they feel, about how they move forward, about how they start again. With no harshness. See, again in this card, she's surrounded by these roses. The message of love. The essence of love. The growth, the blossoming. The start of something new. How does the masculine feel about the feminine? Thank you. Give me one more, please. Actually, let's get a clarifier. Tell me what these twos are about, please. Oh, wow. I love it. Wow. This masculine knows exactly where he wants to be. So 2 is the number of union, harmony, the male and the female, the polar opposites. No more in and out energy, no more indecisiveness, no more inner conflict, not knowing what to do, being blindfolded. Both of these cards are in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune, the end of this cycle. Now having every single thing that you need to come forward into this union with your divine feminine. Because things are balanced out. The light is shining. The light is bright. You're being led. You're listening to your heart and not getting caught up in your head. Not getting caught up in the 3D, the pentacles and the swords. No more struggle. No more games. No more blindfoldedness. No more not looking at what is. Knowing at what is. Wow. Let's have a look at the feminine. Where's the feminine currently, please? Thank you. Wow. Wow. Look at all these major arcanas in the current energy. We have the Strength in the joint energy. We have the Lovers and the Star in the divine masculine current energy. We have the Sun in the current feminine energy. Can we have one more, please? Thank you. Justice. Where's Justice in reverse here, please? Okay, I think I've got it. Whoop. Just one, please. Thank you. Wow. Okay, I've got it. 3 major arcanas in the divine feminine. Now when I was shuffling for the clarifier, what I was getting was, see how in balance these scales are? And this is why it's in reverse, because there is no imbalance anymore. You know, the Chariot, yes, it's about movement forward, but it's also about balance. The car cannot move forward, the Chariot cannot move forward if it's not in balance, if both horses or both sphinxes are not pulling at the same speed, if you're not mirroring at the same place, if you are not in the same place. It's like, how many times have you met someone and you just knew it was just the wrong timing? Wrong place, wrong time. This is with the counterparts in exactly the right place at the right time, going at the right speed to their happiness. Again, look at this card. There's nobody else in this. You know, the sun in the traditional deck has a baby on a horse. Not in this card. There's no one else. There's no one else in this card. It feels like the energy of whatever hurdles have been there in the past, this no longer matters, because both counterparts know that their love is pure, that their love is true. All the strength that it's taken to sort out their own individual worlds, and they've both done it, the sun and the star. The Chariot and the clarity, the justice and the lovers. But when they come together, that strength is not necessary. Beautiful, beautiful energy. It's so calm, but so succinct. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna look, but I didn't ask the question. Okay, I'm going to put them back and just see if they come out. So how's the feminine feeling about the masculine, please? How is the feminine feeling about the masculine? Okay. 8 of Wands. Judgment. Give me a card on the 8 of Wands, please, in reverse. Wow. Strength again, and the 6 of Cups. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so the 8 of Wands in its upright is about a lot happening, and sometimes all happening too much. But through this awakening, through this enlightenment, through the self-awareness, through the awareness of this relationship, there is no need to go full guns blazing, I'm being told. And we have strength in the upright, and we've got the 6 of Cups, the nostalgia, the reunion card. And both parties have learnt that it's not necessary. How they used to do this before, everything like I feel that the relationship was so intense, but intense in a good way, in the fact that, wow, we get on so well, and God, this is amazing, and I've never felt like this with anybody else. And it was almost too quick. So there's no need to do that anymore, because both parties have become strong in their own individual environments. They've woken up. They've done the work. Patience. Patience. I know we hate that word. But look at these cards. And when we get patience, you know, remember that though there is a wanting of these unions to come together as soon as possible, when you've been in separation and you come back together and one of the parties is not ready, it's gonna be so difficult to re-heal that. So have patience. Okay, let's look at the shared space going forward, please. Shared space going forward. Shared space going forward, please. Thank you. Six of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Got all these pages in the shared space. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Wow. The shared space moving forward. An offering coming. An offering coming of complete balance. Both parties wanting to take the chance at a new beginning. Both parties coming into the shared space in the future in complete balance. Not coming in a page energy, but coming in as the Emperor, coming in their divine masculine, coming in with the knowing, seeing how everything has manifested. It's like looking at the relationship from above, circling. So they're bringing me to the eagle. Being bold, recognizing how everything has panned out. And what this is in some ways is though both parties are a little bit wary of this new beginning, because there is a rediscovery, I was going to say discovery and I was corrected, a rediscovery of the shared space in the 3D, in the groundedness of the Emperor, in the groundedness of the divine masculine energy for both parties, coming forward in their divine masculine. The divine masculine is about moving things forward. It's about stepping into that leadership role, but in balance, not in control, not in the devil energy, not in the need, because no strength is needed. And both parties are aware that when they come into the shared space, it is a safe space for them to move forward in this harmony that they both see individually. Let me just get one more card for this Emperor, please. Tell me more about the Emperor, please. The Star. Wow. Double message with the Star and the Ace of Cups. Overflowing with love in a new beginning, because this is divinely guided. This is being led through the inspiration. Look at all the majors that are in this spread here. I leave you there with so much love, so much light, and I'll speak to you again soon.